morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Toolbox podcast. On this week's panel, we have myself, Rianne,
Michael,
and Jess.
So, the three of us this week are going to conquer this week's news in bite-sized chunks for your entertainment. First on the list.
Nice intro.
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to start working on this even more.
Point.
First topic of the week is Pokemon. Celebrating 20 years of Pokemon this year, the first ever Pokemon Super Bowl commercial has been released in America. It's like a cross between Pokemon sort of normal gaming advert and then like a Nike advert.
Absolutely.
Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah,
you haven't seen it?
No.
It's cool because you don't realise it's a Pokemon advert until you see...
Until it's
like
too late.
Not too late.
No, it's like right at the end.
Don't look!
It's right at the end where you see... Right at the end of the commercial, they're in like an arena.
Yeah, it's an actual like Pokemon arena,
yeah.
and you've got CGI Pokemon and the Ash Ketchum.
God damn it, it's real life Pokemon, damn it.
But he actually has like little... a guy runs, there's a scene in the locker room, and a guy runs up, taps the top of the wall, and it says, oh god, I had it written down and I've lost it now. It says something like, I want to be the very best. Or so, it was like a reference to the original, to the English original song for
Catch them with
Pokemon.
Mario Test.
So, it encourages people to train on, and I guess
It's awesome.
incorporating that good old geekiness with possibly physical aspects. Is it like going out doing a bit of sport?
Yeah,
Become a
pretty
Pokemon trainer?
Well, I mean, it was like rugby or American football was one of the signs where they say, rallying the team up, like, let's go, and they obviously tap the wall at the top. So it looks like that was like American football, which is awesome. And right at the beginning, chess was one of them as well, because the girl like saw the footage and then she just like did like 15 chess puzzles like straight away. Right at the beginning, I think it was like football.
Yeah,
like,
kid climbed a mountain somewhere.
Yeah. So
parents were worried sick.
Yeah, pretty much. Probably called the police or something. I don't know. But it was nice actually because it kind of mixed sports with Pokemon together, and it's about time we actually get a game, something like Pokemon as well as much as a sport as Super Bowl. Because Super Bowl's ridiculously
huge in America.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's kind of nice as well that possibly will tie into the publicity of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Because that augmented reality feel.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So people kind of might link the two. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
There's a lot Pokemon-wise coming out in general. For some reason, like there's all of a sudden now. There's
Pokemon's
just a lot.
always out.
Yeah, true. That is very true.
But to be fair, if it was going to go into one sort of game, I guess Pokemon would be a very obvious. Either that or like another Nintendo franchise is in Mario or even Sonic.
Mario's everywhere.
But I think Pokemon's got its relevance still.
Oh, absolutely. Like even though
with Go coming out,
with Mario, there's been so many games come out for Mario, and it's obviously it's got up and down, like how people kind of receive them games and just kind of like whether good or whether bad. It's very up and down in general. But with Pokemon, it is usually level balanced, especially with the main generation games, like Emerald, Ruby, Gold, Silver, Red, Green, Blue, all that type of stuff. It's just relatively the same. I think Diamond and Pearl is another one. But yeah, I'm happy it's Pokemon, not like Mario or Sonic.
Yeah.
There's a lot more you can go on.
Why would it be Sonic?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't it be Sonic? It's another big sort of IP.
It's kind of dead.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is absolutely dead.
But I was just throwing it out there. It's one of those big IPs everyone knows. Anyway,
Could be always Call of Duty.
carrying on with the Pokemon.
Not really an IP though, is it? Just a guy dressed in
It's just a
military
guy
outfit
in camo and has a pistol or something, probably for a Super Bowl advert. As I say, it could be bad. It could be worse.
From one piece of Pokemon news to another, the Great Detective Pikachu Japanese trailer has been released for the 3DS. It is due to release in Japan on February the 2nd, and it's the first Pokemon game to feature a Pokemon speaking human.
Besides Meowth.
Besides, like, Meowth, yes, of course. And if you've watched the trailer, the best word that I can describe it is uncomfortable. It actually took me about 3/4 of the way into the trailer to actually go, that's actually Pikachu talking. That deep Barry White Japanese voice.
I'm telling you, on the way to university, I think it was yesterday or the day before, It's actually Pikachu's final evolution. It goes Pikachu, evolution. I should say. Actually, I don't know why I said evolution.
I don't even think that's a word.
I don't even think it is.
A Toolbox exclusive.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that one down in my own dictionary. But it's Pikachu, Raichu, and then Barry White. That's the stage. See, without Morgan Freeman's
That's
voice.
it.
Yeah,
We want Morgan Freeman to do the voice for the English version of this game.
it has to be.
It would be beautiful. The game just features detective work. Move over Professor Layton, I suppose. It's puzzler, from what I gather. I'll be looking forward to listening to the English trailer or the English release.
When it eventually
I
comes
am like... They're 50-50. They're either going to roll with it and give him a deep voice, or they're going to go, that sounds weird, we'll just give him a, hey guys, I think I found a clue over here.
The voice you'd assume would
Yeah,
go with
exactly.
Pikachu, that you've assumed Pikachu has, which
Yeah.
is somewhat higher pitched than that really deep voice that for some reason it has.
I'd be a bit disappointed if it wasn't a deep voice, I'm not going to lie.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
There should be two options. You could change Pikachu's voice to like a really higher pitch or have it like a really deep voice. Should be options before you start the game, like which one would you like, and then you can choose.
Which one's more tolerable?
Yeah. Which one do you find less creepy?
Yeah. Which one's going to freak you out the least, even? Right, next piece of news. The Game Developers Conference. It is announced that this year there will be a massive section on virtual reality, of course. There's loads of stuff going around. Obviously, the Oculus pre-orders that have been released.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I called out for a second. The HTC Vive, loads of stuff about VR this year. This is probably going to be the year for VR. So the conference is going to be held over, I'm going to say 8 days. I think it's 8 days. Starting March the 14th, but the first 2 days also have a completely separate conference because there's that much about VR. The first 2 days, there's a specific virtual reality developers conference, and these include talks on not only the technological barriers of VR, but also how to create an immersive story and good narratives and believable characters whilst using VR. So we've not really touched VR in terms of the games we develop are at the moment Unreal.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of stuff we touch. So we haven't had a chance to look into VR as like how to develop a good game. We spoke about it on a previous podcast on navigation and how using a static controller instead of moving with the virtual reality headset is a little bit off-putting, and it'll be more immersive. So that's a sort of technological side of it. But what about story and character based? Do you think there's that much of a leap in between this gen consoles and a virtual reality design story for a game?
Like building a narrative and characters around a VR, which pretty much makes you the main character.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a really weird one to put it. Really.
Yeah, I don't think it would work. Like if I don't know
It'd
what
be
they're
more
trying
difficult
to
in a more
say.
of a like a fantasy aspect because obviously it's more of a. Am I like? It's like, I'm only this person, so how could I be put into this person's shoes that has like all of this fantasy stuff? So if they do it, it's gonna be difficult, but it's always a possibility that could actually happen.
Well, you've got a lot of games that put you as sometimes like the Mary Sue, but also you've got Dragon Age, you've got Mass Effect, and these sort of titles. BioWare's done a really good job of incorporating you, the player, into it. Especially like the most recent ones, where you're even Fallout incorporating the fact that I almost said Cogsworth then from Beauty and the Beast. No, Cogsworth says your name if it's in its name bank. That sort of immersion is great, but then you've got this next level of actually looking through the player's eyes.
And that's also something else. Is you talk about Mass Effect and Dragon Age, but that's from a third-person standpoint.
Yes, exactly.
Where I don't necessarily think you could have a third-person standpoint in VR. It's going to have to be first-person.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Which limits a lot. Or it pretty much... you have some aspects that you can have in first person and some aspects that you have in third person. And if you have VR, you have to get shoehorned into first person. Unless, for some reason, you're going to have this headset on, you're going to get immersed, but then you still play in a third person. It's just not going to work. So a lot of aspects from that just go away. So you kind of shoehorned into this you have to incorporate around this, and you're very much focused around these set features, aspects, and mechanics. So yeah, it's going to be, at least to me, it's going to be very difficult to do. And I'm still kind of 50-50 that if it's going to work. Because you're going to be like, you're going to get a handful of games, but that's pretty much it for VR, if I'm honest. Like, it hasn't yet convinced me that this is it.
It's
still really new, so you don't know what's going to work
Yeah.
and what isn't. And I think it's all based on genre. Like, I couldn't see something like an RPG go in VR. Because if you think about how long you have on a VR set before you start feeling ill, starts affecting your eyes, starts giving you headaches, whereas you can sit and play Skyrim for 8 hours and not give a damn. You couldn't do that on a VR. You lose the experience of being lost in a world because you'll end up having...
You're limited to a time.
You'll be limited by how much you can play it because you don't want to get, health risks.
Yeah, I think the massive barrier is the side effects, the health risks, and everything. I mean, they did that when 3D was released, Nintendo 3DS.
Yep.
I think that sort of software was almost like a predecessor to the VR. I think without that jump, people wouldn't have realised, actually, this isn't cutting it. This isn't as immersive as we thought. It just sort of looks cool. It's almost like a novelty. I don't know anyone who goes, oh shit, I need to get a 3DS because I need that sweet 3D graphic.
When it first came
That
out...
Tomodachi Life sweet 3D-ness.
When it first came out, it was a big thing.
Yeah.
But then, when people started to use it and realised how, quote-unquote, like, how good or how bad it was like, people just didn't use it for the 3D no more. And neither did the games, really. They're like, you can have 3D if you want,
Yeah.
but we're mainly going to base it around just the fact that it's just this handheld console. We're not going to make this whole new great game and base it solely on the 3D aspect that the 3DS can have. So, like, yeah, it's a new jump, obviously, into technology, and it's still relatively new.
Yeah.
In fact, it's still crazy new. So we're just gonna have to see where it goes. Really, it's just trial and error, and then, like you said, like it's all based on genres.
Yeah, because FPSs would work.
Yeah, they definitely work.
Action games.
Horror's gonna have
But
so much of a good time.
You couldn't see
with VR.
like Life is Strange, like
No.
a game like Life is on a game like Life is Strange.
Well, then again, it's like not all horror games. Like you said, Life is Strange, and you've got not necessarily Life is
So could
Strange,
you
but
imagine
horror
like
games
PT?
Well, PT would be
That would
amazing, but then
work.
obviously you got something more like Dead Space, even though people would argue that's more of an action game now, but it's still technically classed as a horror genre. So an action horror game like Dead Space still wouldn't work, and then you obviously got PT would be amazing on it.
Well, like you were saying earlier, the title we spoke about previously in the podcast, and you mentioned it, Team 17 title. Currently
Alison something. I can't remember.
Summit Road, isn't it?
Addison
Yeah.
Road.
I think
Yeah.
Addison Road, the one that like replaced is supposed to
Yeah.
be the PT that we never had.
More or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool if they had VR capabilities.
I'm not sure if they will do. I think I mentioned somewhere that they might do. So that's just me. I probably didn't.
Yeah.
Like, don't take that as fact. I'm probably just making that up.
We just do this for fun, guys. We try and make this as accurate as possible, but please don't use us as we're like a Wikipedia page. Like, listen to take in the information, then go on and research a
Then
little
just,
bit more.
you can see, just scroll down all the way down to the references and then just use them instead.
We always put links in the bottom just in case.
Just the middleman.
We can talk about VR for ages because there's a lot of. I know there's lots of what's ifs.
Yeah, well, we're going to be talking. We're easily going to be talking about it in the near future, just because of how much stuff is coming out for it.
Yes. So yeah, Sony are going to talk about their audio for AAA VR titles as well. But this is the best thing. They've announced that there's going to be a VR talk, especially for Hedgehog noises.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
What?
I read
Nah,
it.
you're bullshit.
No, legit. It was announced on the page. I hope they're going to put this in, and I can't wait to see what
That
they're
is
on about.
news
Let
to
me
me.
find the official page, okay? You sit yourself down. Alright, you sit yourself down.
Okay.
Whilst I just quickly. Here we go. The official
Oh god, here
link.
we go. I'm not prepared for this. I'm not actually prepared for this. Hedgehog noises.
Hedgehog noises in VR. Audio for Oculus Story Studios Henry. So I think they're producing a game called
About
Henry.
a hedgehog.
About a hedgehog.
Henry.
So you're saying Sonic's not coming back? This
Henry.
is like
Henry the Hedgehog.
Henry the
He's here
Hedgehog.
to
Henry's
replace.
taking over.
He's now Henry the Hedgehog is going to give us the Sonic that we've
The
always...
Sonic of this
that
generation.
we need. It's the Sonic
I
of this
can't
generation.
make this up.
It's like Skylanders and Spyro. It's like Fruzel and Spyro, but
Jesus,
the new
no.
generation is Skylanders. That's what that's what I'm seeing right now. It's just gonna ruin it.
Stop.
It's gonna be like a red hedge. It's gonna be like Hedge. It's gonna be like Knuckles, the Hedgehog.
It's gonna be like everyone's Hedgehog OCs from DeviantArt just
pretty much.
put into.
Oh, please don't.
Anyway, we're moving on.
The dark play.
There are Left 4 Dead 3 rumours going around. About 3 weeks ago, rumours sparked up for Left 4 Dead 3. Valve sort of... They sort of mentioned the fact that if they were going to do a Left 4 Dead 3, they'd do it before they do a Half-Life 3. Although
Because Half-Life 3 isn't coming out. Ever. So stop talking about it.
They hint about... The thing about Valve is they hint so much about stuff, you don't know what to take with a pinch of salt and what to
but can they work in threes?
Exactly.
Is that still a thing that they've never made a game past 3?
Yes, I believe
Or past
so.
2, technically, I guess.
They can't count to 3. So, the rumours. Once again, guys, we are the Wikipedia of podcasts.
Just go down to the description.
It's fine. The unofficial rumours say that there's going to be the same format: 3 guys, 1 girl.
Of course.
There's like the girl is just like the staple girl. Then there's a comic book nerd, an actor, and an ex-military or something like that along those lines. So it's the stereotypical Left 4 Dead format.
No, actually, it would be. I don't know what word to use.
I'm still waiting for it to switch.
That means you're trying not to be offensive.
Yeah.
I just held to it. I mean, I'm still waiting for one day, the magic day that happens when it's 3 girls and 1 guy, and they just switch it. And it's like an ex-military woman, like a comic book girl, and then just your stereotypical just guy, like even like a hipster guy.
So basically, just us.
Yeah, more or less.
I mean, we could try and make a Left 4 Dead game with just us, just have us 4 characters, just mod it. But yeah, I'm still waiting for it to be like. Wait, if it's us, then who the hell's the ex-military girl?
Des. She's the one that always ends up like giving people black eyes.
Just mod the floor.
Just mod the floor. Yeah, I guess. Just have a massive Jaffa cake or something.
A massive Inside jokes aside, there'll be 6 separate campaigns and a 2017 release date. So, I don't know. I'd like to see one. I'd like to see Valve do this. I'd like to see more, because they had the expansion, the DLC that put the characters from 2 and 1 together in the campaign mode.
Oh, okay.
Was it like a bridge or something? I actually got that DLC for the 360.
There was like 4 of them. There was like 4 DLCs.
So you end up, yeah, but I mean like the big one where it was it called like No Survivors or something? And the whole cast were together in that one scenario. You could play as any of them.
Oh, right.
Because they actually, and everyone lost their shit when the advert came out, and it was like Francis interacting with Lewis, and they all went, I would love to see it.
It'll be ridiculous. It'll be amazing.
It'll be good. It'll be sweet. It'll be grand. Right. We're going to talk about... I know we always talk about MOBAs, but there's going to be yet another MOBA release, and this time it's from Korean NCSoft. They are going to be publishing a Western version of Master X Master, which is like Tekken Tag Team crossed with League.
Cross
Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Cross with every other MOBA we have.
Cross Black Desert.
Cross with an RPG.
So
basically.
the premise of the MOBA is that it's still a 5v5 lineup like you would most MOBAs, but you choose 2 characters and you can tag between them.
So you could basically have a melee character who's like really tanky go in and then switch to a hunter-styled character, and you'd kind of combo the enemy, but you have like a 10-second waiting period before you can fully switch, so you have to be kind of strategic with it. But then they've gone ahead and been like, as well as doing this, you can also do a PvE style where it's a single player and you can have like co-op elements to it, and then you can collect armor and abilities and basically level up your characters, but that won't go to when you're doing... I know you're looking at me like, what? So
it sounds like a mix of 14 genres in there.
It's basically, they've gone, well, we want to do a MOBA, but we also want to do an RPG.
And a fighting game.
And a fighting game. So we kind of want to merge all these elements together and make this game.
I really like League, I really like Diablo, and I really like Tekken and Mortal Kombat. How can we merge all three of these together?
I don't think they're doing that. They're just doing basically League and Diablo and merging it together. That's what I'm thinking it is. But at the same time, it's like... Why?
Yeah,
like, why? Is there, like, the question is there any need for another MOBA, and is it going to work? Because it's worked really well in Korea, but the audience is different.
Yeah, Western audiences bum off of League, especially, Dota, and now Smite's in those sort of ranks as well. You've got Heroes of the Storm.
Yep.
Paradigm, which is the Unreal one, which is in development.
Which is coming out on PS. Oh, they also said that because Paradigm is PS4 and PC, and I'm not sure if it's going to be cross-platform.
Right.
So in terms of like PC players can play PS4 players.
Is it Paradigm? That's good.
Yeah.
Paradigm's the one with the Unreal Engine.
Apparently they're going to do that with this.
Oh, okay.
So that PS4 players can also play with PC players.
But it's different now. They wouldn't be able to play together because it's a completely different ball game. We watched
I mean, by all means, I'm pretty sure there is a way to do that, but that's why it hasn't been done, is because there's always the skill cap. I don't just mean like, PCs are always better, or the consoles are always better. Like, it's just the simple fact of your controllers. Because your mouse and keyboard might be a lot more responsive, and depending on what mouse and keyboard you have, it's a whole different ball game between PC players and console players. And then the consoles themselves.
Yeah.
It's this huge different ball game that, sure, there is probably a way, because I know me and a friend, they're like, it'd be awesome if you could play like Diablo 2 on your PC and I could play it on my PS4 and just stuff like that. But it's like, realistically, there is probably a way that could work.
Yeah,
there's absolutely a way.
Servers as well and how.
Yeah, the problem is the skill cap to combine together is going to be completely different, because the PC players are always just going to dominate that field. You put console players on a PC game, or at least you combine PC gamers in the same server as console players and put them in the same server and verse each other. PC players are going to come out on top. That's just how it is. It's like, unless consoles just decide to just go stupidly good in like the next year or two, it's always going to be PC gamers. So it's like, I don't know if combining it is going to work. I kind of don't want it to, but it's like this game just seems like 15 genres mixed into one, and just in general, really.
Let's see what happens. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled. See if any betas
absolutely.
are going, whatever's. Before we go on to games of the week, indie releases and so on, I'd like to spotlight, usually we do a bit of funny news or a bit of light-hearted news, but this week I just want to spotlight a friend of mine, part of Gunshot Radio. They're going to be doing a 72-hour live stream at the end of February for Game Blast 2016, and they'll be raising money for a charity called Special Effects. If you don't know who Special Effect are, they're a charity based in the UK who still help, they didn't just help. Yep. Children with disabilities play video games. We've done an event for them before. We've done a Halloween event, raised money before. They're very good, so if you want, please check them out. Donate your hard-earned cash to a good cause. And now it is over to Mike for the game releases this week.
There's actually quite a lot recently. For this week alone, you've got Buried coming out on the PC, Quan also coming out on the PC, Final Fantasy Explorers on the 3DS, Gemini Heroes Reborn coming out on PlayStation 4, Lego Marvel's Avengers coming out on every console ever, which is the Xbox One, 360, PS4, PS3, Wii U, 3DS, Vita, PC.
As always.
You got Monumental coming out on PC, clearing my voice, Order of the Fawn, The King's Challenge coming out on PC, The Witness coming out on PS4 and PC, Roblox coming out on the Xbox One, Sparkle 2 for the Xbox One, Hex, Shards of Fate, PC, Plantera coming out on PC, Rise of the Tomb Raider coming out on
Hey,
PC.
butt physics.
Yeah, bot physics. Sandstorm, Warrior, Pirate Wars coming out on iOS, Android. Shadow Puppeteer, Wii U. There's a lot. Bombshell, PC. This War Is Mine, which is a game I've been really wanting to find. There's probably, from all the games this week, this is one I'm most excited for just because it looks amazing. It's a 2D kind of post-apocalyptic world where the war's kind of gone to hell and is essentially just action survival. Really stylized, black and white. And yeah, it just looks a really good game. It's already been out on the PC, but it's coming out on the PS4, Xbox One. Tropico 5 Complete Edition is also coming out on PC. And Pan Morphia is coming out on PC, Mac, and Linux.
Whew.
There's a lot.
Whew.
Damn, son.
So, now that's out of the way.
No, right?
Jess, your indie spotlight of the week. Brace yourself, kids.
No, but like I've had a look, and there's not really much happened in the indie scene. A lot of it's just, oh, this is what's being released, or this is what's being released on the PS4, and that kind of stuff. I don't really know if I just want to read stuff off because it's very much stuff that's been around for a while that's just being ported onto a
Next
console.
gen. Yeah.
That's literally it. It's like Gang Beasts.
Yeah.
Been around for a
Love a bit of
while.
Gang
Dead
Beasts.
Realm. It's been around for a while. That's going on. I'm assuming that's because it's in early access. I'm assuming that's now
Out
fully
of it,
developed
okay.
and is now being available on Steam. You've got, like I said, Gang Beasts. You've got Dungeon Souls, roguelikes. You've got scrolling through. Yeah, there's another one as well that I saw that's been around for a while. Give me a sec.
Are we not talking about the dick pic game?
We could talk about the
Well, I mean,
dick
you
pic
might as well
game.
talk about it now that
But
you
that's
just mentioned
It's
been,
old news.
Yeah, that's
It's
been
old
around.
news.
Basically, there's a game that involves dick pics,
it. Yep.
and
It's called Cobra Club.
yep, and you
Appropriate
take
name.
I'm looking at the images now, and it's literally just simulating pictures of dicks.
yeah,
Holy
you can
balls.
stretch the tip out,
Yeah,
and it
yeah, you
glitches
can.
out.
Why?
Wow, that looks like a golf club.
Why would you do this?
Someone's commented under it. Looks like Tinder or like Instagram, where you've just got this picture of this shaft and balls, and underneath someone's commented, moist. So, am I assuming that's it for indie this week?
Is that the...
Pretty much. Like last week, there was a lot going on, and
Yeah,
there was
there
a
was.
lot of like serious.
You got really
topics.
excited last week.
Yeah, I got really excited, but this week there's not really much gone on, to be honest. And I'm a bit disappointed.
I'm waiting for someone to like correct you in the
Yeah,
comments.
there's going to be someone who's like, this happened this week, how did you miss it? And I'll be like, sorry.
That's why you gotta like throw stuff our way because we
Yeah.
can't catch everything.
Yeah, if there's something you want us to talk about, then that would be cool.
Yeah, definitely, especially indie stuff. If you're
Oh.
a games dev,
I will say one thing though,
yes.
possibly may happen.
Right.
So, like, keep an eye out. I'm having some friends over, and I'm planning on streaming Layers of Fear, and it will be hilarious. So
And that's next week, isn't
that
it? That's
is-
next Wednesday.
Yeah, or the Wednesday after.
Okay, so keep an eye out. We'll post it
Yeah.
on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
But for now, we've gone on a little bit of this podcast. But don't worry, we'll go on to our game of the week, guys. Or do you want me to go first?
You go first because I haven't got one.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. Okay, my game of the week this week is Pony Island. It's an indie game on Steam at the moment. You can get it for $3.99. It's dirt cheap, and it's a long game. It's a puzzle game where you're stuck in a computer trying to help someone else, and it's got Satan and ponies, and it's just a masterpiece of a game. If you're looking for something a little bit quirky and different, definitely go check that one out.
Oh, hey, it's me. Fallout 4 is my game of the week. I've been playing it a lot. It's a lot. I don't even know how many hours I've managed to rack into it. Probably about 8 to 10 hours now.
A lot.
Oh, what are you on about, boy?
But yeah, it's a really good game. Solid game, actually. Haven't really encountered anything game-breaking just yet.
Apart from it being a Bethesda game and stuff glitches all the time.
Yeah, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, it's really, really fun, and I've been killing a lot of time just building bases.
Yeah, not looking for your son or anything.
Not-
Yeah. Who's this Scene? I don't know who this Cian is.
I have a son? What?
Go on. You have nothing.
I have nothing. I've already said mine last week, so it's still going to be Witcher 3. I'm still bumming off Witcher 3.
You almost slept.
I almost slept with Triss. Alright?
What?
This is getting serious.
Get serious.
I've got like 49 more quests to go, and I will get Triss.
Gonna bang them all.
I'm gonna bang them all.
Bang, okay.
Like Pokemon this week. I'm gonna bang them all.
Beginning of show reference. And with that, we're gonna end it there. Thank you very much for listening this week, guys. Don't forget to hit us up on the Facebook. That's where we're most active. We'll keep posting news articles during the week, including stuff that we won't go over on the podcast, and hopefully we'll have more content out for you soon aside from the podcast. Let us know what you think and what you don't like, and have a great week, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Right, let's get this edited within half an hour, and then I can cook dinner.